Oh my god! What it do, ski? It's your boy Failwell34, and today I'm here with my reaction video to The Expanse. This one is Season 3, Episode 8. Hope you're all doing well. Episode 7 was pretty dope. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was a premiere to this new segment of the show that we're going towards, the new Eros era. Well, the Eros era. I mean, I guess. Anyway, there was a time jump that was just sort of thrown in there, and it worked surprisingly well. Appreciate how they let this sort of mystery as to what happened to a lot of the connections right after Episode 6 sort of linger. We don't know entirely the nuanced relationships that have formed, or the bonds, or the we don't know what the status is with a lot of things anymore. So just we only know what's on surface level. So I'm interested to explore that for this back half of the season, and yeah, just a lot of interesting things to happen. So as always, let's just dive into it, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you on YouTube and on Patreon for supporting and enjoying the show. I'm having such a fun time with The Expanse. So I want to say thanks for enjoying that and enjoying and watching along with me. So as always, if you enjoyed this one, then definitely be sure to smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget, in case you guys are interested in getting the full edited raw reaction and more, then definitely check out patreon.com/Failwell34 in the description down below. With that being said, let's get into it. Yeet! And the whole Miller thing, so I mean, what's Julie saying?
Pancake with him, but it's fully intact. So, what killed him? And
they're bound of arrows.
Don't you find that odd? Father poured hot coffee in the parking lot.
So this is what we're doing. This is just
God's playing a magic trick. Tick, tick, tick on a dog. So this is happening.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Humanity and its place in the universe. This is no longer a story just about the Rocinante.
Somebody's stopping you?
My investors paid good money for access to the Rossi and its crew. Okay, they're footing the bill for this trip and making sure that your ship is not repossessed.
And we are grateful for that.
I need your full commitment. We're gonna win so many awards.
She's determined, but that might get you killed, fam. We're gonna go into the ring of, I was gonna say the ring of the arrows. Like, we're gonna go literally to the ring. They're gonna vlog it, and then. Yeah, she had like superpowers for a second. What was going on there? Something to do with the drugs going around, or unless oh my god, unless like the arrows, the protomolecule has been repurposed in the past 6 months to give superhuman abilities to regular people, but taking another dose. Oh my god! I rate this show because I was literally thinking to myself, I didn't want to like ruin the moment, but I was gonna say I appreciate the show so much for how just true it is to itself, and it's vulgar, it's gory, but it's not over the top. They just show it in when it's fitting, and they don't try and hold things back. And moments like that are just so it's like what's it called? It's like not hyper violence. I don't know if that's the right use of it, but it's just pretty fucking graphic, and I appreciate that. And the swearing too in the show, they use it whenever they want, and it always works well. And holy shit, that's ugh. She just crushed a man's head like a grape. I'm dead.
Anderson Dawes and Fred Johnson. for telling UN Secretary General Wasarala that any attempt to force this ship to turn back from the ring will be met with a cordial and...
You should
Listen, bud. Sorry, Chief. It's not happening. It's 2 shots. Oh. Oh, that's dope. They got proto-molecule scanners. There's no way he's just like linked up with it now because well, I mean they have been around it quite a lot.
You and Ren.
She's distraught. Oh my goodness.
You ain't gonna get a girl that.
K-47, you are off course. I repeat, you are off course.
doing?
Crushed the band's head like a popcorn. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, you almost killed us. You're a shitty electrician like Ren. You should have told me you're an even shittier pilot.
Why are you telling me this? I'm supposed to think about this. I'm all right, Amos.
Oh.
I mean, I will be all right.
He's like,
If I'm not,
really?
you'll be the first to know, okay? Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean that's very fair. I mean Amos, they've all been through quite a lot, especially the past 6 months. And James Holden is still technically the captain of the ship, and as much as he may be going through some stuff, he's gotta be the spear. He's gotta lead everyone. So Amos is just sort of letting him know, keeping him in check. Like, hey man, if things aren't working for you, we gotta figure out something because we're all in this together. Not to quote High School Musical, but you know, that's the sentiment I'm getting from that. So. They figured out Amos so well, like the type of character, his character arc, and the nuances to his character. So he's brilliant. I love him so much. Like I'm interested to go back to season 1 Amos and see the differences and how he's changed. Because season 2 is where I started to really like him. Okay. Nothing. That was, see, now that makes the whole documentary aspect really interesting because we're following James Holden. You know, he's sort of like the protagonist of the series, but we're following him in these scenes. And I didn't think his, I guess, the reality that we're watching, the narrative was not to be trusted. But now that we see he ran it 35 times, like, that's not the impression that I got. So the documentary aspect of it gives us a whole different perspective. Love it. Love it.
Fierce.
He really is off the shit. Oh, God.
I mean, physically manifest.
What?
Show me the news report the moment the Belter kid went through the ring. And bring up the timestamp. Stop there.
What? What is a timestamp?
Spying on us every second since you got on this ship. It's your job, I get it. Now I want to see your footage of me.
What? No. Your brain just exploded. I have brain matter all over me. You need to tell me what is going on right now. Holden?
Oh, he's going full on. At least he'll know that he's not off, like he's like everything's okay with him.
I don't need you.
It just has to do with arrows.
I find things.
Snatch it. Oh, no.
Vows James Holden, otherwise they will kill this ship along with his.
That was such a jump. I didn't expect them to do that. What the fuck?
Negative, but they have target locked the Rocinante.
A fake message?
Captain. Camino. If
trying to play you. Don't fall into
Remove her from the command deck.
With me, Lord.
Robert, listen to me! You know Holden isn't capable of what we just saw!
But the fact that they're playing up that he might be crazy.
Assassin him!
UN's target locked us. All I got
Oh my god!
Still no comms? Nothing. What about PDCs?
Oh! The fuck? Amos!
This is amazing.
Cannon working! What the fuck is wrong with you? We gotta push. Get back into it.
Just give me 1 minute alone.
For what?
I don't have time to explain.
We don't have a minute.
Let me go.
Jimmy!
God damn it, Captain! I don't want to scrape you off that wall. Open up or I'll have Alex override.
That's a big ask.
1 minute.
Alone.
He's just gonna ask Miller to help him?
Karina, please!
Holy crap.
Don't!
The belt triggered the ring, which you say was unintentional.
All the pieces started coming together and then it's just a non-stop roller coaster for the rest of this. We still have like 10 minutes!
Responsibility for the attack on our ship, and you profess no knowledge.
We are.
Oh my god!
Greed overload.
Oh.
Need to divert more juice to the weapon system.
Oh, bet? Okay. Ooh.
One hell of a warship.
The goop, yep, that shit was there.
Come on, Miller.
They purposely left it.
You wanna? Inbound missile.
Oh my goodness. Unless the proto-molecule is gonna just start snapping. Amos!
Shit.
Ring right now. No fucking way. That is
What?
Amos, we need a goddamn PDC.
We have no PDCs. You need to go for the ring.
Slow the rock.
I mean, I guess they have the documentary crew to record whatever's in there.
Can without that missile catching us.
We are dead if I slow down.
Because Miller told me.
What's going on right now?
I can't prove a goddamn thing. But this is our only way out.
Alex!
Do
what
it.
the Cap said.
The trust and the loyalty here.
It's gonna be nasty. Hang on.
Oh my goodness! And because they're gonna just see them going into the ring, and they're not gonna. It's not gonna help them anymore. People are gonna still think that that message is real. And then what's Naomi gonna think? Oh my goodness!
What are they doing?
And they're gonna see it go through the freaking ring. This is epic. Oh my god! No! Oh, I thought they're gonna end it off like that. From where? Where's the blood? Where? From whom? Wow. Episode 9. Episode 9. Holy shit. That was The Expanse Season 3, Episode 8. That was my reaction video. What a fantastic episode. That last 15 minutes was perfection. Gotta say, things I wasn't really too sure about what route they were going for. Of course, the woman killed Ren and she was hiding his body, so she was up to no good. And obviously, the one of the documentary people, he was sort of obviously being mischievous as well, throwing things around. But I knew there was some sort of, I didn't put them two together per se, but I'm just a little slow. I didn't really put that they were trying to make a targeted assault. Nor did I think it was gonna be within this episode. I figured that, you know, things are gonna start to escalate. But to have all the threads between they were sort of building up this past episode and the last one where James isn't entirely sure if he's losing his grip of reality, and then the other crew members started to become aware of that at the same time. Everything started to hit the fan. This was fantastic, and kudos to them. I thought now the fact that they're utilizing like I mentioned earlier in the episode, the documentation show us a different perspective of the same story, I think is such a great tool, and it's working really well in my opinion. Like, because of that, we got the brilliant scene where Amos is telling Alex, you know, he's telling him all this new information that we weren't aware of, and then on top of that, we got to see James and Amos have the interaction where he's telling him trust me and stuff, and it was outside of the normal you know, reverse shot, and it was more of like a spy camera angle, and it just made that scene that much more intimate, that much more impactful. Or at least to me as a viewer, it feels like we're catching them when we're not supposed to, and it just made that scene so much more effective. The way that this episode started building off of one another and everything that laid out so quickly and so effortlessly, and for it to work as well as it did, I felt like I was watching Good Time again. If you guys haven't seen Good Time, that was the Sadafi brothers. They also just put out Uncut Gems. They tapped into that same sort of high tension, just on your edge of the seat, just anxiety-inducing sequences. In that last 10 minutes, that's exactly how I felt. So kudos to them. Great pacing, great payoff. And again, the show just manages to just up the stakes and just change the story up and pivot in such a great way. So that was The Expanse season 3 episode 8. What a great episode, guys. Can't wait to see where we're gonna go for the next one. But also, now we're going into the ring, so like, are we gonna go to another world? Are we gonna be seeing the work? Like, there's so many things going on here. But I mean, I get things are in the moment, but you'd think that James might be a little bit, you would think that James would be like, oh, maybe because, I mean, he did end up putting together that, you know, the moment he started seeing Miller, the ring also started to pop up. So I guess he was also debating whether or not he's crazy or not. So he didn't really he wasn't in the rational mind to think, oh, well, proto-molecule, some crazy things happened with that. Me seeing Miller, who also just happened to turn into practically the epicenter of what happened on Eros. Maybe there's a, you know, correlation, but they're not also aware of the, you know, I actually mentioned that. I mentioned the last episode, and I sort of just forgot as we're going through season 3 what happened to that sample of the proto-molecule that hit the ship, because they did nothing with it for a while, but they decided to bring it back for the second half of the season, which was a great tool, which I think was pretty dope, which worked out in my opinion. So I just remember that they had that, so it's cool that they brought that back as a payoff for it to make sense with why they might be able to, first of all, go into the ring, second of all, why Miller attached to the Rossi and Miller, so and James. So tied in all those elements that we developed most recently and in the past very well to make such a high octane last 15 minutes, which led to some just, I guess maybe some like candid just emotional sequences between Amos and James, just saying, do you trust me? When have I ever asked you to trust me? Like, when realistically, Amos should have absolutely no reason to trust to trust James in this situation. Objectively speaking, looking at James, he seems off the shits. You know, having such a big ass, like, just trust me, go into this wormhole, trust me, you know, this is like, give me a minute. Like, that just speaks, I guess, to their bond and the time that they spent together, and brilliantly acted on all ends. And I have to say, Miller's performance, I gotta Google the guy's name. I forgot his name, but he does such a great job at acting, very just like glitchy, finicky, sort of on the edge. And his acting worked really well with what they're going for this digital Miller, the proto Miller. And so specifically what he's saying though is that he's the proto-molecule trying to go out into the universe and explore and find new information. He's a detective. Thought that I had, not trying to, you know, I'm trying to ease down the predictions and just roll with it. But does that mean that the proto-molecule, is it trying to new information outside of its reach? Is it trying to keep rebuilding? We saw Miller in the mirror. Proto-molecule trying to make its own. I don't know what's going on. Is it trying to like make people? You know that it has made the hybrids, but that was through the help of the humans. Are they trying to make the perfect being? I don't know. Woman with Ren, the woman who blew up the ship, and the man on board, I was thinking to myself, is it, unless I missed this information, if I did, my apologies, please fill me in. Is there some sort of new resistance of the UN, Mars, and the belt all working together? Are they trying to stop that? Is it with unison of the proto-molecule? I don't know. A lot of things up in the air for myself. But guys, what do you think about this episode? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, if you enjoyed this, so definitely be sure to smack that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. But with that being said, guys, that's it for this video. I love you. Don't forget, if you want the full Under the Raw reactions and more, then definitely check out patreon.com/434 in the description down below. But with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Peace.